Welcome back, lords and ladies, to another Lionhearts campaign in the Swissmod Hotseat. Now, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since my last turn, but I'm ready to get right into it. First of all, probably want that back. I've been used to playing without the sound for a little while. Oh, let's see, that's right. Yep. Alright, now we need to take you. He doesn't die, but he doesn't gain anything because he's so crappy. He sucks. Okay, so we'll be in range of that guy besieging this place. I scattered it out. He's got about 102 men. Okay, exactly 102 men. If you get him his trying to think here. Burns that. Oh, just enough movement points to get back. When I tested it out, I couldn't get back and get him back on shore, so that's it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. Alright, so they should not be able to get any stuff. Now, I didn't get successfully anybody to get more experienced chevrons, so I'm just going to retrain them. Now, I lost 2 units calves, so I'm going to grab these 2, jump them forward. I will toss these guys forward. Those 2 as well, and we'll grab another of those. That way these guys will be in range next time, because they're just out of range in that fort, so they'll just be in range of this fort. So we'll do that. Next time they'll be able to get in. As for this place and lay overture, I'm actually glad I got the crappy spy in, because he's my worst spy. If he dies here, I don't give one hell. One heaven a hell if he dies. But if he... Well, we destroyed half the town watch, so it also makes it so they're going to riot unless he's on low taxes, which I really doubt. Now, this is from last time. I would like to buy a practice range. But maybe a port is better. We'll see. I know I need to get those 2 for sure. I won't be able to take Wilson for a while, but I don't necessarily need to because I need to get more troops. I need to get more men. Alright, now we bring back to the next bit. Okay. So our forces were defeated at Descartes. So I've deemed it to be the best course of action to move forward. These 2 units just can't quite make it anywhere. Yeah, we want both of them. Then these two units are actually able to move still because they're full. The rest of them were defeated. So these men should be in range of the force besieging that. The besieging force shouldn't sally out, and them besieging them should not be able to sack it because they only have 20 spearmen to their name to besiege the place. Now, as it stands, Swiss was asking me if I wanted peace again, and I asked him if he would. Um, I didn't think he would accept this. I asked him if he would let me just take the rest of the mainland because, let's be honest, I own most of it. He said no, he wouldn't give up anything he held still. So I said, okay, if you stop besieging Saladin and let me take these two places, I will be fine with a peace treaty with you. Nope, still besieging this. He probably would if I wanted him to redo his turn, but I don't really want to have to wait any longer because I work 12s this weekend, so I really don't have time. But I also didn't like him having another castle, and he's still got a full navy force right here. So if you trusted me, then you would go forward with that force rather than keep it held back to defend against me, possibly. I mean, he's probably scared that I would attack him, but at the same time, I won't move mine because I'm afraid that he would attack me. So, in actuality, we can't trust each other, and if we can't trust each other, then why should I accept a peace treaty with you if we can't trust each other? Anyways, the idea is get you guys in range. Get you. This is questionable. 3 turns. Get another spearman, that'd be kind of nice. We get all three of these guys over there. I mean, it costs 20, so I'll just toss them over there. That way you get at least free upkeep, so we get another 20 freaking gold. Then at the same time, I'll throw another one of these in, because then by next turn, I can retrain those guys. Yeah, the last archer unit that I had initially from the beginning will finally be retrained. The oldest, actually not the oldest units, because the oldest units are Davy and his son. The other cavalry or spearmen that we had, I can't remember if we still have it. Actually, this one would probably be one of those guys. And some of the town militia that Godwin brought back from his escapades. Anyways, did I grab you already? I did. I got him so he could level up this turn, but he didn't, so there was an algorithm in which I could, I just don't know which one it was. Now, I need to move my forces carefully because Swiss will probably not be very happy that I did not decide to keep my end of the bargain, but on the other hand, you know, not very trustworthy. Neither of us trustworthy at all, so yeah. But I'm pretty sure this is his downfall is because he could not win a major battle up here. He probably could get into Bismarck, and he claims that his men in this fort were not good enough to defeat the force, but you have to realize that forces these large, you know, you're going to need a much more superior force than, let's see, 10, 15. No, because it's 9, 10, 14. 14 to 10. So you have 4 more units than he does. Most of them cav. He has better spearmen. If he has better spearmen, because I know he has armored spearmen, if those are in that castle, you're not going to be able to take it. Just saying. It's just not gonna happen. You know, I could actually do the same move next turn. I'll do the same move with Longchamp, so he'll get successful Saboteur as well. Then they can switch out every turn. I can keep demolitioning this place over here. Let's see. Anthony, what do we do with you? Also, my spy and cavalry were not able to get in range of this, so I'm just curious to see if Garrett could probably stay here. We could move Anthony forward because he's better. It's just curious. I almost might use Humphrey next turn because he's a drill master to get in range to attack this guy, and then we could use Godwin to besiege Descartes, and then he's got like a +4 because he's +2 for a drill for a confident attacker, +1 for fearsome battle to attack, and then +1 for wall taker. So he'd have a +4 to attack Descartes, so I feel like I should leave him behind, actually. Then these three forces would go down eventually to support in taking Saladin and furthermore Jaune because Humphrey's forces were defeated. Now after we retrain this, we don't really need a spear militia. We don't really need it. We might want one to send up north. Well, if I just build another place up north, it'd be so much simpler. That'd get rid of the last of the corruption at least. Bring some more law. On the other hand, and then bring public growth. Now, why does it do that there and then not here? It's just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. All right. So, what are we gonna do? What we gonna do? Oh, what we gonna do? You know what? I don't know what's gonna happen, but my prediction is that with the Northman and myself, we're gonna finish off Swissman, and I feel like he'll say just about anything to stay alive because he's trying to get me to worry about Old Total Warrior, and Old Total Warrior is still dealing with the Turks. So once the Turks are gone, I will worry about Old Total Warrior. But at this point, I need to finish the remaining Swissmanian settlements, and then I will focus on the north because I'm not just going to uproot all my troops and move north and just go, I'm just going to leave and, act like what you're saying is the Bible or whatever. It's like, no, I've done that with you once, and I'm not fully trusting that I can do that in this hot seat, so I'm not going to do it. So we'll be sending all these troops to besiege Descartes, and we'll leave them until at least turn 5 or 6 of the siege. Maybe they'll not even be able to do anything. So yeah, we'll get these guys to move to this port, then to the next port. Oh, we got a 2-star and a 1-star. Bone follower. Yes, of course. So we'll get a church. Could burn this guy. Do I actually have any priests? No priests. Not a single freaking priest. And Humphrey Stewart is my crappiest of the crappiest. And he still won't level up. Why? Why, you son of a bitch? Why? Terrible. Oldest spy in the book. from the very beginning. So, ooh, if we can take Leovershire next turn, no, we probably couldn't be able to unless I moved more forces forward, which I'm not keen on. Okay. I'll probably just end up repairing that, or he's probably just going to destroy it next turn because he wants the money for it. And he knows I'd attack it eventually. And because it'll probably riot, which would be good for him. But he'd have to leave the forces in here for me not to be able to take it unless, you know, he wants me to take it and then he's got a spy somewhere around here, which I doubt. I really doubt. I really don't want peace. I mean, it's... I want the rest of the mainland is what I really, really want. I could leave Page. That's about as much as I'm willing to leave. If you just wanted to use the rest of your forces here to go after Page, that'd be perfectly fine with me, but no. This is mine. This was mine originally. It was going to be, and then you came and screwed up my plans. So, meh. No. That's my main reasoning. Okay, we'll have about 7 grand next turn if I cease my spending habit. Could build roads. Just hate how a chapel is different than a church. I mean, really? Friggin' really. That just seems like a bunch of bullshit. But I digress. I digress. Let's see. You guys don't have any corruption, so if I actually built that there, and then I built that there, I could get another town militia here. Hmm. Interesting. What about spearmen? Could I get another spearman? I could, if I so choose. Which I will choose to do. Because they get the armor upgrade, so yeah. Alright, so I'll still be gaining a little bit of money, especially with Hamilton now under my belt. I would really love to see if they keep Leoverture or not. Then it'll just be Peter as their last stronghold on the mainland. It goes back to when he offered me peace as I was just about to take Finorden. And I said I wanted Finorden and John Stuart Mill, and he said, you can have Finorden, or whatever the heck Finorden was named before. But he said he would not give up John Stuart Mill no matter what. And I said I'd deny your peace. So I took John Stuart Mill. And I wanted the rest of his settlements. And he did not want to do that. And then I agreed to a peace, but I don't really feel obligated to said peace. So I'm going to just turn the other way and just say, no, I reject this ideal of peace. And I'm not gonna waste 400 coins of gold on that. As it is, I believe we're pretty well off. I mean, we destroyed 2 things. Candidate for adoption, very loyal, but no, I'm not gonna accept you. You're not very good. Besides that, as you see, we're second in everything. Population, I would be a little bit in the 90s if Del Toro hadn't been sacked. I mean, exterminated. Apologies, exterminated. I don't want to look at that. I want to look at the family tree. Now, Lolfine is 7 years old. If we can keep you alive for another, let's see, 9 years. 9 years. If you stay alive until 55, then the proper heir will be in age, and his brother could be the next heir, and so on and so forth. So the royal family is actually going to stay alive. Yeah, we have. I feel like Went and Spark are the best generals besides Harry, Davy. Otherwise, Prince Paul's okay. He's a wall taker. +1. Yeah, I suppose he's all right. He's all right. Actually, do you have convincing? Well, that's good. That's good to have because that just increases his authority and dread. Leads in a manner so inspiring none would think to question him. ASD. So I must have gained that for doing something because I only remember having it mostly rational at the bottom. So Master of Assassins. Look at promising attacker. Okay, so if I use the night battle along with promising attacker to assault a wall, then I could get 10 stars theoretically for King Davy. So I'm gonna use King Davy until the end of this hot seat, and hopefully it won't take forever to get to the next turn. But I'm just gonna look over a few more things. Just double check that I'm doing stuff that I need to do. Okay, still building that. Building leather tanner. Building that. That is going to be a huge investment. Maybe too huge. Well, longbowmen are really good. Effective against armor, long-range missiles. Those would be really helpful. Plus their melee attack's really good and their defense is decent for bowmen. Plus for defending areas, I think that'd be a good investment. So I'm gonna go for that. We're going to need to recruit a ton of guys. So next turn we'll recruit another mailed knights. Move more men forward. Because I'm going to need to be able to hold this place for sure because they have that army and that navy that could threaten me. So Henry, good job. All right, I'm gonna end it here because there's nothing really else for me to talk about. Just and I'm going to send my diplomat towards the Russians to either get trade and maps or a little more. We'll see. Need to talk to Old Total Warrior. We'll see on that account. I feel like this will be a good investment, and next turn we'll be gaining more money, a little bit more money, even though we're spending a ton of money as it is. Oh, yeah, that could be bad. Yeah, rebels wouldn't be able to go very far though. Toss you guys in there just so we don't have to spend anything else. We're buying Hoblars, so we'll be okay there. Glad I double checked that. Always double check your open settlements, kids. Always check your open settlements. Okay, gonna end it there. Thank you everybody for watching. I will pass this on to Cap, who will be continuing as the Northmen. There was a little bit of a question because it was taking forever to get back. The turnaround times were slowing down to a snail's crawl, but we're back, and I will pass it on to him. Check out everybody's description perspective in the description below. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bear Night out.